The Evening News, Babatunde Bolatito is my name. In a bid to ensure a hitch-free Yuletide, the House of Representatives has called on the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to end the lingering fuel scarcity within the next week in order to ease the suffering of Nigerians. Adopting a motion sponsored by Mr. Saidu Abdullahi at the plenary presided over by Deputy Speaker Ahmed Wase, the lawmaker enjoined the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission to seek the collaboration of the Nigerian Police Force and Department of State Security to ensure that the fuel is solid at the regulated price and in all retail outlets. The House further mandated the committees on petroleum resources and legislative compliance to ensure compliance. Honorable Abdullahi observed that the lingering fuel scarcity has compounded the woes of millions of Nigerians as it was the high cost of living for Nigerians, which surged to a 17-year high of 21.09%. The oil marketers have criticized the import monopoly held by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, noting that the situation is not helping the petrol market. In his presentation at a virtual press workshop themed the regulation understanding the downstream supply chain, held in Lagos, the general manager operation of a petroleum company, Abdul Muttalib Rabiu, called for an end to NNPCL petrol import monopoly, represented by an independent consultant and former group executive director, NNPC Bello Rabiu. The manager said the federal government should allow healthy competition by granting licenses and access to foreign exchange to marketers willing to get into the product importation business. According to him, so long as NNPCL remains the sole importer of product importation, the amount spent on importation should be published for everyone to see because it is public fund that the company is using to bring the product into the country. Chairman, Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria, Olumide Adeosun, said there are about 2.5 billion liters of petroleum product onshore Lagos waters. The Federal Ministry of Works has removed barriers on the section of one of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway construction project. It was reported that the workmen used heavy-duty equipment to remove crash barriers and other diversion points for free flow of traffic at the opaque U-turn end of the highway. The removal will be relief for motorists who spend long hours in the gridlock. Supervising the reopening around Opik, the Director of Federal Highway Southwest, Mr. Adedamola Kuti, said the government earlier promised to reopen the highway to traffic on Thursday, but brought the date forward to ease the gridlock. He added that all construction will be halted on Section 2 of the project to expand the Sagamu interchange to Ojo Ibadan, Oyo State, to further boost the movement ahead of the Yuletide. Federal government has relaxed travel protocol for air passengers and other stakeholders following the reduction in COVID-19 cases in the country. Minister of Aviation Senator Hadi Sirika made the announcement on his official Twitter handle. The Civil Aviation Authority in a letter gave details of the revised travel protocol. According to the letter, which was signed by Director General of NCAA, Captain Musa Nuru, was addressed to all aviation service providers ahead of the prevalence of COVID-19 pandemic in Nigeria and most parts of the world has remained at a lower level for a sustained period. It added that the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 PSC has therefore revised the COVID-19 public health guidelines. Sirika also stated that the domestic operations of the wearing of face masks inside the airport terminal buildings and on board aircraft by airport workers, passengers, and crew members is no longer mandatory. The broadcast journalists have been charged to make responsibility the beacon of their profession. The Chief Executive Officer of the channel's media group, Mr. John Momo, gave the charge at the induction of the first set of members of the Society of Nigerian Broadcasters in Lagos. Oluwatoyin Yusuf reported that the keynote speaker, Mr. Momo, remarked that responsibility connotes objectivity, fairness, balance with unbiased reportage. The broadcast manager stressed that the beacon of broadcast journalism, which is responsibility, should be upheld by broadcast managers. He regretted that the media landscape is fraught with and taken over by social media journalists, mostly untrained, thus churning out half-truth and unverified information, often difficult to track and with devastating effects on society. Charging professional broadcast journalists to look into the content creation to dislodge social media journalists from the landscape, Mr. John Momo prodded Nigerian media professionals to promote peace in all aspects of their job. In their remarks, former chairman, Osbc Board of Directors, Dr. Yemi Farumbi, media icons, engineers, Vincent Maduka and Sengu Wigwe took a swipe at the manner licenses are given to would-be proprietors to establish stations with dirt of professionals and content. Part of the inductees in Lagos were the Director of News, Osbc Radio, Abimbola Babatunde, Director of News, Osbc TV, Akinola Wolabi, Director of Sports, Osbc Muideen Adeleke, and Director of Engineering, Tony Owochaye. Others were Bukola Adelibigbe, Coordinating Director of Ministry of Information, Moshood Sulaiman, Director of Press, Ministry of Information, and Oluwatoyin Yusuf, Deputy Director of Current Affairs, Osbc TV. Graduating students of Lee City University have been charged to demonstrate confidence and courage in realizing their dreams. The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Kabiru Adeyemo, gave the charge in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, during the 15th convocation ceremony of Lee City University. Professor Adeyemo implored graduates to be good ambassadors of the university, as well as demonstrating the knowledge and skills acquired in various fields in transforming their lives and society at large. Argentina star Di Maria is fit to start against Croatia. The winger suffered a muscle injury in a 2-0 win over Poland, missing the round of 16 clash with Australia. Di Maria, however, made his return in the quarter-final win against Netherlands, coming off a substitute in extra time. Coach Scaloni said at a press conference that they are both fit and this leaves the team calm. According to the coach, they are both good and are going to be assessed because the game can be very long and complicated, assuring that they are available. And to foreign stories. 6 people, including 2 police officers, have been fatally shot after a suspected ambush at a remote Australian property. The police said that they had been searching for a missing person in Wimbilla, 270 kilometers west of Brisbane, Queensland, when they were fired upon. After a lengthy siege, 3 suspects were fatally shot by police. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called it a heartbreaking day for Australia. 4 police officers who were armed in Australia initially went to the property after a request from New South Wales Police. That ends evening news on Osbc TV. Please join us at 7 for the major report. Good evening.